I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is to help you have the confidence to just press go live. Today I have some ideas for you that I think will help your summertime baseball stream. Now, you get to tell me, are these valuable tips or is this old news? I can guarantee you this, it will not be fake news. Number one, wired data out of a MiFi device. Now, if you've watched this channel, you know I am an absolute proponent of using a dedicated MiFi device because it allows your data connectivity that takes your stream from where you are to YouTube or to Game Changer or to wherever your destination is. It allows that to be handled by a standalone device. It's not asking your phone or your tablet to handle that part of the live stream. But when I talk about wiring the connectivity between MiFi device and control device, people always ask why. Well, there are two reasons why we want to wire that connection between MiFi device and control device. And number one is it gives us a more reliable connection between one and the other. It's not a Wi-Fi signal that has to be transmitted. And I know the purpose of a MiFi device is to set up a Wi-Fi signal in a place. It does a good job of that, but a wired connection is always more reliable. So reliability is the first thing. And the second thing is it allows us to feed that data into a travel router. Maybe you've seen the video that I've done on the Slate AXT 1800 travel router. Can be powered by a power bank, so it's completely mobile. If I can feed that little Wi-Fi 6 travel router a good, solid data connection with my MiFi device, then I have a presence. I have an actual network set up in any venue I go to because it's going to allow me the ability to connect all my cameras to that router, connect my control device to that router, and its processor, the router's processor, then is going to handle all the data crunching, and it just frees the load for my MiFi device then to talk to the cell tower, and that's the only thing it has to do. And whether I'm plugging that MiFi device into a router or into my iPad or into a Mailbox Pro, I have the option of going out from the USB-C port on the device and in to either Mailbox Pro, or I can run another USB-C to Ethernet adapter and run it into my iPad. I have had the question asked, and it's a valid question, why can't I just use a USB-C to USB-C connection to get that data out? And I don't know the answer of why, but I can tell you this, it doesn't work. You do have to convert it into Ethernet back into USB-C if you're going to connect your iPad to your MiFi device. Now, some folks ask, does my MiFi device have the ability to output data through its USB-C port? Well, I have a couple of devices here, and I can show you how to find out, or I can show you how to get the best information. Both of these use generally the same software. This one is a Verizon 8800. It's the one that I used when I was still with Verizon, and it's a really good little 4G router. Now, if I'll go into the menu system, this screen's going to give me the information I need to go into those advanced settings and find what I'm looking for if I need to turn on the ability to have data come from the device. My Inseego MiFi hotspot does the same thing. Both of these are going to show us this little message that comes up on the screen and sends us to a website that actually controls when we're connected to that device. And so this is basically what it's going to look like when you load up that web page. It gives you all the different options you have based on your model of MiFi hotspot. My second tip to make your summertime baseball stream better is to use a QR code for your live stream. Here's what I'm talking about. Get this screen record started here. There are many free QR code generators. I just simply typed in QR code generator, and this was the first one that popped up. It's going to allow me to choose a URL to make this QR code out of. The URL I want to make this out of is going to be my channel URL. So I want to go to YouTube, make sure I am on my channel. This is my community channel where I stream all my baseball, football, and community events. Then I want to go to this link that says your channel. Once I'm there, I have the ability to copy the URL, go back into the generator. We can paste it here. And now I have a QR code that I can use. Download the PNG, and there it is. All I have to do is now print this. I usually just print it out and attach it to the back of my iPad. I print another copy, and then I go and ask permission at the concession stand if I can hang it up by the concession stand, put a little note on it that says, scan me to share the streaming video feed of this game, and they can send this to their team Facebook group. They can send this to their parents who couldn't make the game tonight. It's a great way to connect folks to your live stream just by using a QR code. And that way you're not having to answer the question over and over again. You can just point them to the QR code. They can scan it with their phone and be able to send out the stream wherever they like. And my third tip today is going to be about sound, reminding us that we have both app controls, whether we're using the Mevo multicam system, Mevo single cam on a control device, or we're using the Mailbox Pro. We're going to have specific sound controls inside the app. But remember, we also have, if we're using something like a Rode Wireless Go, I have my small rig out here today. We also are going to have a little bit of sound control on the device. If I break out my Rode Wireless Go, I have a button on the bottom that's going to allow me to change the gain. 3 different settings. Across the bottom, you can see it change as I toggle between the 3 different settings. And that's going to set a baseline of what my audio pickup is going to be. And then I can fine tune that in my software. I can run that up or down a little bit according to how my sound is before I start my stream. And I always need to check sound before I start the stream. In the springtime, we're always looking at trying to get that wind to cut down because it's so windy. We use our dead cat or our wind muffs. But in the summertime, wind isn't so much of a problem, but we still need to pay attention to sound. And we have the option to do that both in our devices that we use, both in the microphone that we use and in our app controls. On the small rig, you get not only the ability to change your gain, which is on the receiver, but you also have the ability, there's a button on the small rig microphone that actually cuts background noise. And so that changes back and forth, and you can see the icon that pops up there whenever you toggle that button on or off to cut background noise. So we have some options with sound to make our stream that much better for our summertime baseball live streams. Do you have a tip that you would add to the comments, something that we haven't talked about yet on this channel that makes your baseball live stream better? Leave it below.